Does magnesium glycinate supplements really help you sleep better at night? A lot of people say yes, but what's the actual research tell us? Today, let's look at that research and also discuss some questions that you should be asking yourself before you try magnesium supplements for yourself. In this study, researchers tested whether magnesium bisglycinate could help adults who said they had poor sleep. What I like about this trial is it was a randomized double-blind placebo-controlled trial, which means neither the people or the researchers knew who was getting magnesium until the end of the study. This investigation was pretty large, as supplement studies go, involving 155 people between the ages of 18 and 65 who took magnesium glycinate supplements each night before bed for 1 month. So what happened? These researchers reported that both groups, magnesium and placebo groups, both improved over the course of the study. The placebo group improved their score by 2.3 points. However, the magnesium glycinate takers improved their sleep scores by 3.9 points, and this was deemed to be statistically significantly better than the placebo. And while that's encouraging, be aware that the authors themselves described this effect as a modest benefit. In other words, yes, magnesium glycinate worked, but it wasn't what they would have described as a dramatic improvement in insomnia. Something else I noticed about this investigation is that when they looked at other sleep parameters, there were no significant improvements between these groups. In other words, magnesium didn't seem to statistically improve fatigue, anxiety, or daytime sleepiness either. Next up is this investigation, which involved 100 adults over the age of 51 who were described as having poor sleep quality. These individuals took either a placebo or 320 milligrams of magnesium each day for 7 weeks. Results indicated that both groups actually improved their sleep scores. However, the magnesium supplement takers didn't significantly improve their sleep scores better than those who took a placebo. Next up is this review article, which included 9 studies, and what I would call your attention to here is where they state that the observational studies generally suggested that higher magnesium intakes was linked to better sleep outcomes. That's good. However, when you looked at the randomized controlled trials where people took magnesium supplements, those results were less concrete. The researchers themselves actually stated that there was an uncertain association between magnesium supplements and sleep disorders. One of the drawbacks I noticed to this review is that in some of the trials they were using different forms of magnesium and not magnesium glycinate itself. Next up is this systematic review article where the researchers were investigating whether magnesium supplements were safe and effective in older adults who had insomnia. Now that sounds impressive. Unfortunately, these researchers only located 3 randomized clinical trials which met their criteria. 2 of those studies actually reported that magnesium supplements might help people get to sleep about 17 minutes longer, which they stated was statistically significant. However, those same studies also indicated that people did not sleep much longer overall. They only slept about 16 extra minutes. Now, in all fairness, be aware that 2 of the 3 trials they looked at here, the researchers were actually studying magnesium citrate or magnesium oxide, which may not be the same thing as magnesium glycinate. Now, to help you compare apples to apples, here is a summary of the magnesium sleep studies that I was able to locate. And as you can see, there appears to only be 1 published clinical trial that actually used magnesium glycinate. And that's ironic, given the number of people who say magnesium glycinate helps them sleep better and battles insomnia. Okay, so research aside, what if you want to try a magnesium glycinate supplement for yourself? What should you be looking for? Here's a quick overview of the questions that I think you should be asking yourself before you purchase a supplement. Number 1, the supplement facts label should list either magnesium glycinate or magnesium bisglycinate. Number 2, the supplement facts label should also tell you the amount of elemental magnesium it contains. Now, it may not actually say the word elemental, but the word magnesium should be followed by an amount. For example, magnesium 200 milligrams. And also, don't forget the glycine part. From the research that I have seen, magnesium glycinate supplements may contain less glycine than has been used in glycine sleep studies. So if it doesn't work for you, you might want to try bumping up the glycine with another supplement or just try glycine by itself. And one last thing, let's try to move the needle forward. Drop a comment below and let me know if magnesium glycinate helped you sleep better or didn't help you. I'll be really curious to see what you have to say about all this.